Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Scrabble W by Palfly Kampling. Getting very close to the end of the alphabet here. Can't believe we've had this many. All right, well, let's go over the rules. We have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have this gray line in the grid. This is a crop key line. So adjacent digits on the line, even like these two, have to either have a 1 to 2 ratio or be consecutive. So a way to think about that, let's say this was a 2. Next to the 2, we could either have a 1 to 2 ratio, meaning one of the digits is exactly double the other. So if we put a 1 here, that works because 2 is double 1, or a 4 here, that works because 4 is double 2, or it needs to be consecutive with 2, so a 1 or a 3. So if we were to pencil this next to the 2, we would end up with 1, 3, 4 here and 1, 3, 4 here. All right, so that is the crop key line. We also have these orange arrows on the grid. These are hot arrows. So the way these work, the example is probably going to be illuminated. Let's go through the example first. So if this was a 3, number 6, column 4, we count 3. 1, 2, 3. Because this is a 3, we count 3. 1, 2, 3. And this digit needs to be bigger than the 3. So it needs to be a 4, 5, or 6. So if this was 3, this would be a 4, 5, or 6. And that's true no matter what the digit is. So in the direction of the arrow, whatever this digit is, say it's a 4, well, I guess that doesn't work. Say it's a 5. Then we count 5 up, and then this would have to be bigger than 5, so it would have to be a 6. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. It feels like the best place to get started is these hot arrows. At the very least, we know that they can't exceed the number of cells they look at. So this only sees 2 cells, so it can only be 1 or 2, right? If it was a 3, it would go off the grid, which doesn't work. And so these are 1 through 5. It's not a 4. So I think probably looking at this 1, 2 is likely key here. So 1 is interesting. 1 is highly restricted on a crop key line because it can only be next to 2. Because the only digit that's consecutive with 1 is the 2, and the only digit you can do a 1 to 2 ratio with is the 2. So no matter what, next to the 1, you need a 2. So if this was a 1, we'd have to put a 2 in all 3 of these, and that clashes in this row. So it actually can't be a 1. It must be a 2. And so for the hot arrow, this is a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Sure, why not? So that's not a 2. So next to the 2, we can have it to 1, we can double it to 4, or we can be next to it with a 1 or a 3. That can't be 4. What can we do with this? 1 or 3? You know, odd digits are interesting also on the line because an odd digit must be next to an even digit. Evens can be, it depends on the even. It's not quite as symmetric, but an odd must be next to an even. What's my argument here? Well, we're never having an odd because by definition, odds aren't divisible by 2. But we can double it. But if we double an odd, that by definition would be even. The only other option is to be consecutive with an odd, and a consecutive digit with an odd is always even. So this must be even. So naively, we can put 4, 6 here. But notice that means the 1 is completely excluded. In fact, this also can't be 1. Okay, so let's put the 3 first. 3 can be next to 4 or 6. They're both consecutive. Or sorry, the 4 is consecutive, the 6 is double. And this can't be a 3, but this also can't be a 1 because we'll put a 2 here. Because again, 1 has to be next to 2. And we can't put a 2 there. So this is a 4. Okay, so next to 4, we can have it to 2, but we can't. It could be a 3 or a 5. We can't double it to 8. So again, this is odd, so this has to be even. So the 4 is the only option. That can't be a 4. Now this is 4. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4. And this has to be a 5 or a 6. Does that affect this? I think it just kind of works. There's always going to... No, it's not always going to involve a 6. What we can't do is 4, 6. That's not consecutive. That's not 1 to 2. So we must use the 5. So this actually has to be a 5. Right, 6 can't be next to 4 or 6. Okay, so that's our 5. That was the conclusion. So this can't be 4, 3, 5. It can't be 6 either. 3 or 5 then. So that's a 3, 5 pair. So these are down to 1, 2, 6. Now, this is odd, so it has to be even here. So this can't be a 1. So the 1's down here. 6, 5 or 2, 3. Sure. All right, what if we move up from this 5? Next to 5, we got to do a 4 or a 6. So this is 4, 5, 6, making this... Ah, the 3 can't be down here, so this is our 3. Making this a 1, 2 pair, making this a 5, which then if we count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we then put a 6 up here. That gives us the 2 here, and the 4 here, and the 6 here. So this is a 1, 6 pair. This is 1, 2, 5. Top one's not a 2. This one's not a 5. 1, 2, 4 here. 4 can only go there. This is 1, 2. I feel like just Sudoku will take us home. This is a 6 for the box. This is 1 and 6, 2 and 1. This is a 5. Down here we need a 2 and a 3. That's 3, that's 2, giving us 1, 2, and 1, giving us 5 and 2. All right, yeah, I think Sudoku's taking us home. We need a 1 and 3 here. So this is 1, this is 3. So up here we need a 6. Down here we need 3, 5. Can I use any of these? I think I used them all. Yeah, they're all good. This is a 4, 6. So that's 4, that's 6. Here we need a 1, 3, 5. The 1 can only go here. This is 3, 5. Okay, so what's resolving this? Oh, next to the 2, we can't put a 5. Okay. I didn't notice that. Well, when did I place the 2? I'm not sure. Anyway, so that makes that 3. That's 5. That's 3. That's 5. Okay. Cool puzzle, Palfly. I enjoyed that. It really flowed nicely. There was really only one cell to look at to get into it, which was nice. And then you realize, oh, 1s are restricted. And then making this then immediately odd was also neat because it made us think about, oh, an odd digit has to be next to an even. And that really helped flow the rest of the restrictions without having to case check. Cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.